Yes, sir.
What a
It's
song.
that time again, baby. We all know this one. If you're a fucking wrestling fan, you know. Even if you're not, you know this song, man.
Probably this one to be hyped, like no matter where you're at, coming out and like in front of a crowd of people, how like
Yes,
sick that feel.
dude. Like, say it's your birthday and your boys get you at a fucking bar. Like, hey, bro, we're all gonna be at this bar, and then they're like, okay, when he walks in, man, you play that song, and I
Bro,
just step in, or whoever steps in that bar, you just hear, "Bro-bo-bo."
I'd
Oh,
be so hyped, bro.
I would be like, I'm buying this whole motherfucking place a drink. Who
Like
wants one?
I have to go like try a backflip. Like I'm here, I gotta try it.
I'm here. I got to do it. I got to do it. Brandon, this is the podcast, TA certified podcast. This is the football breakdown pod, whatever you want to call it. We fucking chop it up. We talk NFL. We gave out a bunch of betting content for weeks on weeks on weeks. Now, season's coming to a close. Betting content will come back when we start seeing some stuff about futures. But right now, we're just going to shoot the shit. We're going to shoot the shit like a couple guys who just talk about football because that's what we are. A couple guys talking about football, right? So, a little preview of to what we're going to do today. We're going to do a little tiered breakdown system. We're going to look at who are the elite teams, who the teams are that are next up to be elite, teams that are good but just not great, and then the teams that are just straight trash. Throw them out. Throw them out. And then we'll do that again for the quarterbacks. It'll be our opinions, obviously. So it could be a chain. I could think something that you don't, and vice versa. And anyone watching this, if you disagree, I would love to see comments. So just shoot that shit off. Tell us what you think about these breakdowns that we have coming up. But Brandon, before we jump into this, you have anything to say to the people?
Just don't be mad when I talk facts about the Kansas City Chiefs and Patrick Mahomes. That's all I'm gonna say.
Oh, he's already giving you a
If they
preview.
happen to land in the trash tier, it is what it is.
Oh shit. That might be we should have a bias segment. Were you or were you not biased? Yes or
Oh,
no?
that's definitely my bias segment, 100%.
That is Brandon's kryptonite. A Kansas City Chiefs team with Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelsey will forever make Brandon's blood boil.
Forever.
Forever. And you know what? That's okay. Because every time I see a star on a helmet, I hate the player. Doesn't even matter the last name. I hate him. So I understand it, Brandon. But okay, let's jump into it a little bit. Let's shoot the shit a little bit about what teams we think are elite. I have written down 6 teams. So I'm going to give my 6 teams that I think are elite, and then I want to hear your 6 teams. All right.
All right.
Okay. My first one, Super Bowl winning champions, Kansas City Chiefs. You got a top tier quarterback and a top tier offensive mind in Andy Reid. So right now you are number one in my list, and you are elite Kansas City. Next up, my birds, the Philadelphia Eagles. I have some bias here, but I think everyone saw what Jalen Hurts could do in the biggest game of the year. We saw what we could do all year long. The birds flew high, but they did lose 2 coordinators, so things could change a bit for the better, for the worse. We'll see. Next up, San Francisco 49ers. Uh, Shanahan is also a wizard. His defense always seems to be good. He always seems to get the right guy as a coordinator. Now enter in Steve Wilkes from the Panthers. What was the Panthers defense like last year? Of all things that went wrong for the Panthers, the defense was not one of those issues. So that'll be a seamless fit. Number 4 on the elite squad is the Cincinnati Bengals. Bengals. I mean, Joey Ice Burrow is that dude. They have probably one of the best, arguably the best receiving core with Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, Tyler Boyd. Currently Hayden Hurst, but he's a free agent. He might be on the move. So that team is no joke. Now I got Buffalo Bills as the 5th. They're good. Josh Allen makes them that elite team. And if they can just get a little more of a run game going, I think that will be certified elite, which I have them here, but they were almost out. Last team on the list. This could be a shocker a little bit, but I think the Baltimore Ravens are elite. They got Lamar Jackson. They got stud defense, absolute stud defense, and just a savvy coach in Harbaugh. So those are my 6 elite teams. I did put those actually in order of eliteness too. So what say you, Brandon?
All right. I don't think I have 6. I
Okay.
think I believe I have 4. Um,
Who we got?
you said the tier after this is next up, you said?
Next up. Yeah.
Okay. All right, just making sure. All right, so in this tier I have no, I'm not gonna do it. This tier I have Philadelphia Eagles
Okay.
as the first elite team because even though they're gonna be losing a couple of guys, I still feel like they're constructed as one of the most complete teams.
Mm-hmm.
And they have a great coach, which I like, and they have a franchise quarterback, which is you can't go wrong, you know. And I
Of
just think
course.
Jalen's gonna keep on getting better and better, by the time by the time his career.
Right.
I feel like he really could if he wanted to. By the time he's not as athletic, like he could actually turn into like a legit pocket quarterback if he wanted to.
I agree. I agree.
Um, and then I guess the next elite team would be the Kansas City Chiefs.
Mm. Mm.
Unfortunately,
You have to do
I
it.
just
Just be
I have
honest.
to say anything about that. I
No,
mean,
you could pass by. You could pass
they got
by.
Patty Mahomes, they got Kelsey, they're elite, and got Patty and Andy and Travis. That's all they need.
Yeah.
And the next elite, this one, I guess these two aren't necessarily in order. The next two
Okay.
are the Bengals
Okay.
and the 49ers.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that makes
I think
sense.
the 49ers obviously have probably a better head coach, better scheme, better defense, probably better overall lineup. But
Mm-hmm.
the Bengals, I think that key factor is they have the better quarterback by far. Like
Right.
a guaranteed franchise
Gamer.
quarterback, they know what they're doing with their quarterback situation. 49ers still have to figure all that shit out, you know.
Yeah.
It's
No,
a
I mean, yeah.
whole situation for them.
With Lance, with possibly Purdy, and
Yeah.
just yeah.
Purdy could be the guy, Lance could be the guy. They don't know, neither could be the guy. It's just
Yeah. And what does that saying go? If you have two quarterbacks, you have none, right?
exactly. Like John
So
Lynch even said, I think I saw or heard on the radio today, like John Lynch on the herd, he said that they have to even in the thought of considering take a look at some of these quarterbacks
free agency.
yeah, no, free agency, draft,
Oh, and even draft.
they
Yeah.
gotta do their due diligence. They gotta actually
All
think
over
about
again. Yeah.
hey, should we take a quarterback? Should we look at
Jeez
quarterbacks?
Louise.
Should we go for Carson Wentz?
Oh my
He didn't
God.
say that. He didn't say that. I was just
I
saying
know. I know. Right.
figuratively.
You're just trying to throw out some dirt. His name. That man has I
Imagine he
think
just
he's run his
revives his
course.
career though.
That would be
I mean, the
incredible.
offense is so easy. Just be somewhat accurate and don't turn the ball over. You're winning games there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but you can't saying don't turn the ball over and Carson Wentz in the same
Just doesn't
sentence.
go
I don't.
together.
It doesn't. It no longer
That's
goes
true.
together. It's
Very
official. That
true.
guy is a turnover machine.
Very true.
Absolutely. Okay, that's your elite squad.
That's 4. Yeah, I have those 4. That's it.
Perfect. Perfect. Let's go next up. This is where it gets a little funnerson. Okay, I got next up Detroit Lions. I just think that they look good. They finished the year unbelievable. They're bringing back both of their guys actually on offense and defense, coordinator wise. So the only thing is Jared Goff, definitely. I mean, can he have a better year with some of those guys coming back? The skill wise players with Wilson or Williams, I think his name's Jamison Williams, I believe,
Yeah.
the receiver from Alabama.
Yeah.
So he'll spark it up for them. So I like Detroit. And then I got the Chargers for obvious reasons. They got the man and Herbs. And I just think, God, man, they just got to get some breaks going their way. Maybe they have the run game, they have the skill players, you really do have everything you'd want. So now it's putting it together. So maybe this is that formative year for the Chargers. Now I'm going on to Jacksonville Jaguars. They looked good with Peterson. He's pushing all the right buttons. The players like each other. The player likes to coach. Trevor Lawrence is starting to look like that dude. So we'll see. Then I got Minnesota Vikings. Their anchor, the thing that holds them down is Kirk Cousins. But some of their skill players, right? Justin Jefferson might be the best in the league. Dalvin Cook is A+, and they got Hawkinson. Hawkinson from Detroit
TJ
went
Hawkinson. Yep.
to So that was a big trade, and they used him a lot even right away. So it seemed to work. And then I got Miami Dolphins. I really love their coach. I think that that team was put together really well. And once they can get a quarterback who's accurate and was quick with the ball out, which was Tua part of that year, and we saw what they could do. So I really like them. And then next up, last on my list is New York Jets. That team is legit. Just get a quarterback, make it happen. I don't think it's Derek Carr. I don't think it's Rodgers. So what are we going to do? We're going to get Jimmy Garoppolo as a bridge quarterback. What are we going to do,
Yeah.
New York Jets?
They're a quarterback away from being really good.
They really are. All right, brother. That was my next up. Who you got for next up? This is the
Okay.
team. And what I mean by next up is like we watched them on the field and we're like, okay, like we can see they put a couple things together, and this can be a team that takes a deep playoff run, Super Bowl run, one of those. So what's your next up?
Yeah. Okay. Then sorry, let me verify one more time though. What's the tier after this one?
Tier after this one is good, not great.
Okay. Good, not great. Okay. All right. So my next up would have to be I had to put the Bills in because I didn't have the last league. So Bills
Right.
firstly have to be in that one because
That makes sense too.
they're so close. They just have to get like I don't know what it is like.
Yep.
They have to like refine Josh Allen from making those mistakes like
Yes.
and like being so like reckless and like they just need to establish some sort of run game that's not Josh Allen and I think they're
Right.
fine.
Right. I agree.
And yeah. And then so that's them. Next up after that, probably Baltimore Ravens. They're
Yep.
just like they're a few offensive pieces from
They
I
really
literally
are.
been like the past like 2 years, like before like, going into this last year, I thought the Ravens were gonna win it. I thought the
You
Ravens
talk
were gonna win
about
the
them
Super
a lot.
Bowl.
I remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought the Ravens were gonna win the Super Bowl. And then like I don't know, it just didn't pan out. Like same thing the year before. Like I just don't know what it is. They have like such a good roster, like
Mm-hmm.
defensively
Mm-hmm.
wise, like and they have the quarterback. They just need to pay him, like get him some weapons, and I feel like they'll be fine.
I agree, dude.
And then obviously you said the Dolphins. That's one of my teams. Next up, Dolphins.
Mm-hmm.
I
Mm-hmm.
would agree with that. Um, Jaguars. I would agree with you as well as on that one. Lions. Yeah, I like the Lions. I mean, I think that with golf they can get like into an NFC Championship game, especially the NFC. I
I
feel
could
like
see it.
they could easily make a nice run in the playoffs with golf.
I
Like
could totally see it.
I don't think he's a terrible quarterback. I think he's like he's he's to me he's Kirk Cousins if not better. So I mean, I'd stay with
Good
him. Like I
comp.
would, yeah, I wouldn't be looking for to replace him if I was the Lions.
You're sticking with golf for at least another
Yeah,
year.
I'm sticking with golf, and then obviously my Chargers.
Mm-hmm.
I think we're one big like one big move from becoming really good.
What do you think that move is?
I think personally, what I would do is I would draft, even though you're not supposed to draft like I would draft like almost like best player available, like whenever we have our picks. Like we have the 20th pick.
Mm-hmm.
If Bijan Robinson is there, the running back from Texas, I would take him.
Mm-hmm.
Like I just think we need like something that can give us like an extra edge, like an X factor. Like you get a player like Bijan Robinson, he's like an
Mm-hmm.
X factor. Like he can change the whole dynamic of the game and your whole dynamic of your offense. So it's like,
Mm-hmm.
and
And
then
he's a running back who could slide to 20.
yeah, and then like free agency wise, we just pick up. We need to like fill in the gaps in our defense. So like
Right.
our
Right.
defensive line, our linebackers, some depth in as our cornerbacks. And like, it's just I don't know if we have the cap room to do all that shit. That's the thing to get good
Right.
guys to do all that shit.
Right. That's where a good GM needs to come into play.
But yeah, that's obviously they're. I feel like they're next up. I feel like they're so close.
Yeah.
And
They
then who
really
else?
are.
I feel like I have a lot on this list.
Yeah. Go rattle them up. I have a lot in the good, not great. So you can just keep going.
Who did I forget? I said the Dolphins, right? Yeah, I said
Yep.
the Dolphins. I think Broncos. I honestly think the Broncos. I think the Broncos are gonna be
Okay.
really good.
With
I just
the
I'm
coach.
yeah, I really do think they're gonna be like the West Coast New Orleans Saints. I really do. I feel like give it like end of the season, beginning of the 2024 season. Like I think they'll be like a top 5, top 10 team. Like I honestly think I think they'll be in the AFC Championship within 3 years. I
I mean,
unless Russ is just how he is, he's cooked how he
right.
is.
That's
If
what
he
it is.
assuming he goes back to how he was, they'll be in the AFC Championship within 3 years. I guarantee.
That's what it is. If Russell Wilson can play, like he doesn't have to play like Seattle Russ, but just like ballpark. He
Yeah,
was so bad. He was Carson Wentz bad. That's why
yeah,
that team was so terrible. So he just needs to be in the ballpark and like get confidence back and like throw it into the windows he used to always throw it into. Right. So
exactly,
yeah.
exactly. And then another next up team. I know I had another one. I said the Jets, right?
No.
Jets. I think Jets, like how you said. I think,
Yep.
like you said, they're just a quarterback away. Honestly, they're
Yeah.
they're they're good.
They're really
And
good.
then
Coach well.
I want to put the Steelers, but I don't.
Mm.
I think they're like teetering. So I think that would lead them. I don't know. I'd lead them down.
Yeah.
But I think I want to say one last team. I think the Colts.
The Colts.
The Colts, dude. I was on the
Next
Colts.
up.
I was on the Colts all last year, dude. Like going into, I was like, I thought they're gonna be so good. Even with Matt Ryan, I thought they're gonna be so good. Like
Yeah.
not like so good, but I thought they're gonna be like definitely win a division, like definitely like win a playoff game. And they just
Yeah.
totally just shit the bed.
Yeah, they did.
I think a lot of it was injuries. Their offensive line just looked completely opposite as it did the year before. Look, they had the same players, but they just looked like trash. I don't know what
Right.
happened. And
Yeah.
then Matt Ryan obviously looked like
Yeah.
dust, which
Looked
was I
cooked.
didn't expect.
Totally.
And then they had their star linebacker like Shaq Leonard was out like the whole year. And he's
Right.
like they're like pretty much their rah-rah guy on defense. Like
Right.
he's a guy who fucking forced like a shit ton of turnovers the year before and like he didn't play like at all.
Right.
I think that like in the locker room they were like super down.
Totally.
But I think like if they could get CJ Stroud or like Will Levis and the coach from the offensive coach from the Eagles can like get their hands on and really mold them, I think that they can be really. I'm telling you, I feel like they can be really good.
So you have them going like worst to first almost.
Yeah, I have them like they'll be my New York Giants and Seattle Seahawks from last year. That's what I feel like. I just hope I'm not going to double down on it like I did like last year and just get fucked by them all year.
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
the worst.
Any more on there?
I think that was my last one. Yeah.
Okay.
Let me just double check all the teams. Yeah. I mean, I would put Raiders if they get Aaron Rodgers, but if they don't get Aaron Rodgers,
Oh,
no.
yeah.
That's
Yeah.
big if. It's big
Yeah.
ass.
Big if. Big if. We'll see. That guy was in a, I mean, every time, I mean, I loved him. And then he just seems a little odd right now. A-Rod. A-Rod seems a little odd going to his dark rooms and the way I just think the way he like talks about the experiences are just interesting. Like I feel like he's trying to come across as someone who's like very introspectual and like checks on his emotions and selves, and he lets all of the like I'm like, bro, like stop. Are you gonna
That's how
retire? Or are
he
you not?
is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So good, not great. Now, yeah,
Yeah.
good, not great. Green Bay Packers. Funny, we're talking about them. I didn't even try to do that. Green Bay Packers. Good, not great. If they lose Rodgers, they're trash. You hear me? You hear me?
I don't know. A part of me thinks that it's going to be a continuous cycle.
Jordan Love. Oh
It's
my
going to be a
God.
continuous cycle for the last 35 years, whatever. They're going to have a good quarterback.
If they can get some skill players around him, I'm on board. Dude, they
Yeah.
don't sign anybody. But you
Yep.
know who I might see going to the Packers? Watch out. Juju Smith Schuster.
I can see it.
Okay. Next up, Chicago Bears. Good, not great. They might have the next up in quarterback wise, but the team just isn't built great. And they're not next up and they're not trash. So they're just good, not great. Okay. Dallas Cowboys. I hate them, but this is just an objective look at the team. Like you have all the talent in the world, you have all the money in the world, you have an owner that cares, and you continue to underperform. You continue to get beaten out by, I mean, looking at it, the Eagles should be busted up a team by now. We went from Nick Foles to then Carson overpaying him, like Jalen Hurts, and we're still somehow ahead of them. So they're good, not great, organizationally and on the field. New York Giants, good, not great. The team could turn the corner if Danny Dimes takes a big step up, but right now they're just good, not great. Tennessee Titans, you're good, not great. I feel like your run game's awesome, but you continue to lack the explosiveness from the quarterback position. Like Tannehill is good, but he will not get you that next umph. He's never been that guy. That's why he's, always seen the first round or two of the playoffs, but I just don't think he is
Yeah.
Super
He's
Bowl
he's
moxie.
undefeated.
Yeah. Um, so next one, Cleveland Browns. They had a weird year last year with Deshaun Watson coming back and kind of middle of the yearing, and their defense held up most of the year. Some games better than the other. Their run defense was trash, but their organization seems to stick with Stefanski. Um, Deshaun Watson should be much better this year than he was last year, just from just reps alone. So But right now, they're good, not great. Right now is what I'm talking about. Everything right now, good, not great. We'll do a little recap. We'll probably do this again once free agency is done and all that, and then we can see how the teams really look. But next up, New England Patriots, good, not great. Again, just like subpar everywhere. Like nothing really elite except for maybe Judon on the defense. Then you have your coach, elite, obviously, but it just seems like he's just resting on his laurels, and you need a little more. Like Mac Jones is not Tom Brady. Tom Brady had a lot to do with a lot of those wins, a lot of those years. Next team up, Denver Broncos. Right now, you got Russ that is completely shaken. You do have an elite coach that we haven't seen coach team in a year and change. He'll be coming on to a new team, new people, new roster. So right now, I think they're good. They're not great. Pittsburgh Steelers, good, not great. Tomlin's a great coach, continues to win and win each year. Hasn't had a losing record under 500. Now it's up to Kenny Pickett. Next up, good, not great. New Orleans Saints. I just figure out your quarterback situation. Then you'll be next up. That's all I gotta say. Seattle Seahawks, good, not great. Your court, like you are the atypical good, not great team. You will not get past the first round win in the playoffs if you go, and you have the chance of being dog shit even with Geno Smith this year. So good, not great. Brandon, you're up.
All right. Let me scroll down these. First, good, not great. New England Patriots.
Yep.
They just, I don't know. They just, I feel like the mediocre in like majority of the phases. Like, you know what I mean? Just like kind of
Totally.
whatever.
Yep.
Cleveland Browns. They'll go as far as Deshaun Watson will let them go. If he wants to
100%.
get back to Deshaun Watson of old, maybe AFC Championship,
Mm-hmm.
like maybe their ceiling. But
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't know. They just seem like a team that's kind of don't really know what they are yet because of it's
Totally.
you're all like based on wherever Deshaun Watson's at. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And right now he's figuring it out again.
Yeah, he's figuring out how to play football again.
Yeah.
Then I guess the team that I was teetering on, Pittsburgh Steelers. Next,
Okay.
Pickett is. I think he's going to be better than I think people thought he was going to be, but I don't know if he's going to be good
I can
enough
see it, man.
to compete in that division as well as just the AFC in general. You know what I mean?
Right. As
Like
a whole.
going through that playoff gauntlet, you're going to take Pickett over Burrow, Mahomes,
Yeah.
fucking Allen,
Allen. Yeah.
Herbert. I mean, it's fucking gonna be a
Come
rough
on.
the gauntlet. Fucking Jacksonville, fucking Lawrence.
Yeah,
It's a
exactly.
gauntlet in the AFC, dude. I wish you would switch. I wish you would switch the divisions up, please.
Yeah,
Oh God.
they should have like a rerouting of teams, right?
Yes, bro, please. And then another good, not great. Titans, like you kind of said, Tannehill. I like a lot of this is like kind of based on like to me as quarterbacks, like same situations. Like
Yep.
is he gonna be able to overcome like a deficit if he's down? Like
Right.
I don't trust him. I don't. I really don't.
At
Just
all.
like he has to be like one of those old like he'd have to be like on those like 2000 Baltimore Ravens team to win a Super
Yep.
Bowl, like where he's just like
Yep.
doing the bare minimum to like help the team win.
Trent Dilfer it.
Yeah, he's not gonna win you a game for the majority of like his games, you know.
No. No.
And then another good, not great. The Cowboys. I just think I don't know what the Cowboys deal is.
I don't either, dude.
I probably lean back on what I always do. The quarterback, it's just Dak.
Yep.
He's like Black Kirk Cousins, a little bit more swag.
Oh my God, who said that?
I said that.
Did you really? I heard that
I
before
know. Yeah,
somewhere, I swear.
I've never heard anyone say that before. I would just
Oh my
literally
God. I
just
feel like there
made
was
that up.
someone had called him the Black Kirk Cousins in the league before. Like, that's hilarious that you said, dude, that is so on point. Oh my
And
God.
then New York Giants. They just need to figure out. I don't know. Great coach. Need to figure out some more things.
Mm-hmm.
Good, not great. Commanders. I think Commanders have a good roster.
Okay.
They just need to find, especially in the NFC. I think they need to find a quarterback.
Yep.
Maybe
Big time.
tank this year. That's what I would do.
Yeah,
Tank it
man.
up.
Honestly, tank it up, baby.
Tank it up. Make Snyder sell the team. Let Bezos buy it.
Ooh,
Get Caleb
and then you
Williams and
want to go
just
to
break the bank
Washington.
open, bro.
Honestly.
And then next team, Packers. I think Jordan Love. I'm telling you, I feel like it's just gonna be like the third coming, just
Oh
passing the
no.
torch, Favre to
Favre,
Rodgers,
Rodgers,
Jalen Love, or Jordan Love. Watch Jordan Love just have a fucking like
dude,
insane career, dude.
just insane. Just Jordan. And you know the NFL would love to market someone with the last name
Bro,
Love.
you know how
Oh
like
my god,
yeah, the Green Bay's a huge brand. The NFL would love to see Green Bay
huge.
stay good.
Yeah. Oh, they would want nothing more.
Yeah, that'd be
Like
sick.
I think it would tell a lot if the Packers pick up Jordan Love's 5th-year option on his rookie contract without him playing really ever.
Yeah,
Because then they'll be like, I mean, even if Roger stays, because if Roger stays again, like he probably won't go another year after that. Like
yeah.
it's probably one
I
more.
honestly, I think if Roger decides to stay, I still think if
2
he
more.
decides to stay, I already think the Packers are made up their mind. I think the Packers, if he stays, all right, we're gonna trade you.
Yeah, okay.
If you leave, whatever, all right, we don't need you. We'll just have to use Jordan
Mm,
Love. We're gonna use Jordan Love regardless.
right, right,
I
right,
think I think they're kind of over the whole like year to year thing of him like, all right,
right.
I'm
Doing this
gonna go think
fucking
about
charade.
yeah, I'm
Yeah,
gonna go think of retiring. I might retire. Blah blah blah. I think they're just tired of it, and I
yeah.
think they've seen enough of Jordan Love where they're saying like if they're intrigued, they want to see what they got. You know what I mean?
So
Worst
you
comes
think
to
they're
worst,
done with
Jordan Love
Rogers?
sucks next year, and they
Yeah,
draft a quarterback in a good quarterback class next year.
honestly,
So I
yeah.
mean, that's honestly, I feel like it's a win-win. You trade Aaron Rodgers, you get some good
Yep,
pieces from wherever.
yep,
Jordan Love is good. It's cool. If he's not, you have a lot of pieces for next year's draft, and you have
yep,
a high draft because you sucked.
yeah. Honestly,
All right, and then next one, Vikings. Same thing with Dak. The same. What I said about Dak Prescott and the Cowboys is essentially the same thing I feel about the Vikings, and they have a
right.
worse defense. I feel like than the Cowboys.
That's true.
Um, yeah, and then that's pretty much that about that team. Who else? And then I would probably put Seahawks and
Yeah.
the Rams.
What about
I want to put
Jacksonville?
the what?
Have you said Jacksonville yet?
Yes, I said Jacksonville the last
Okay.
the
Oh,
next
next
up.
up. Yeah.
I guess I'll put the Cardinals in this one. I just feel like Cardinals have a lot
Okay.
of good players. They're just kind of unlucky. Kind of
Yeah.
shit situation.
Yeah.
I don't know if the coach hire will help the
I don't know.
situation, but
I don't know.
we'll find out.
We'll see.
Bro, I have this theory in my head that I think that in like 2 years,
Yeah.
Kyler Murray is gonna get traded for Dak Prescott.
What?
I
Why would
think
that happen?
I think that Dak Prescott is never gonna be good enough to get them to like Super Bowl regardless of a NFC Championship game. So I feel like
Okay.
the fans might get tired of him and like asked to like turn on him essentially. Like he
Right.
might have a really bad like performance one game maybe in the playoffs and like they'll just be like
Right.
over him and like and kind of be like looking for a way out. And I think on the opposite end, Kyler Murray, you know how his like attitude is. I just feel like maybe he'll be fussy and he's like seems like a guy who could demand a trade. Like I want to get out of here. Like I hate the
Right.
situation. And that to me is like to me that's a very lateral trade. I feel like they're kind of similar players. Obviously Murray is much smaller than Dak, but
Yeah.
um I feel like passing wise they're pretty much the same, and I feel like Kyler's from Texas.
Mm-hmm.
Um, he has like I don't know if you've seen his record when he's played in Texas, but it's like something insane. Like he's lost like fucking
Really?
like barely any games in the state of Texas.
Because he knows everyone's coming out.
Yeah, exactly. But I don't know.
That's
That was just a random tangent, but yeah, I think that
yeah.
was all of my things. I think
Okay.
I said the Rams, but I don't even really talk about the Rams Seahawks as you.
Yeah.
I feel like
Yeah.
we
Yeah.
talked about them.
All right. Now we're going to the trash heap. All right. This is never fun. I feel like one of these teams I might need to take out of here, and it'll come up when you hear them. But right now, I got Washington Commanders. You're trash because your organization, you can't figure out what the fuck you want to do with quarterback. And it just seems all off right now until I think that team gets sold. That team's going to be trash. Indianapolis Colts, you showed me last year that you're dysfunctional. Bringing in Jeff Saturday and then doing the whole thing you did and starting Matt Ryan and Ellen, and you're trash. Las Vegas Raiders. I think you're trash. I think Las Vegas, you are trash because I don't believe in Josh McDaniels. I think they're going to end up having to get rid of him by next year. I don't think he lasts much long with I mean, I know his contract was big and they're talking about how it's hard to move on from him because of the money. I get that. But if he's going to continue to do what he did last year, Raiders blowing that many fourth quarter leads, he will get moved. Houston Texans, until further notice, you're trash, but you are on the way up with D'Amico Ryans. Your organization does seem buttoned up, and I do like that. But right now, from what I saw last year, you're trash. LA Rams, you're trash because your coach, man, who contemplates retirement and tells the media that, and it gets leaked like middle of the season. Like that just seems dysfunctional. I don't like that at all. So you're trash. Cardinals, also trash, just because I don't think Jonathan Gannon is ready to be an NFL head coach. You had the Eagles safety Chauncey Gardner-Johnson come out and say, made a little tweet about Jonathan Gannon saying because he didn't put us in the right places to succeed, something like that. So I just, and from what you said a little bit about Kyler, about the moodiness, like I just don't think he's long for Arizona either. So I just think right now, trash. Next up, Tampa Bay Buccaneers, you're trash because you're tanking this year. And last year, even with the man, the myth, the legend, Brady, you are no good.
Yep.
So yeah, next up, Carolina Panthers. Till further notice, you are trash. I have a prediction that I think I made last time. I wrote an article about this, but Brandon, Derek Carr will go to the Carolina Panthers with Frank Wright, and the Carolina Panthers will be good next year. But right now, you're trash. And the last one on the list, Atlanta Falcons, you're trash. You have Desmond Ritter. Do you really think he's going to be the guy? I just don't see it. You underutilize your big name and Kyle Pitts. I guess your run game, no, solid. Yes, it was. But this is a passing league, and if you're down big, you can't just keep running the rock to come back. So you're going to need to come back at some point. You're trash. That's my list.
I love it. Love it. All right. My first trash team is gonna be the Chi-Town Bears.
Chi-Town Bears.
You know, we got something promising there with Fields, but I just feel like most like they're regardless of roster. I feel like mostly is kind of
It's
bozos. You know,
I love it. Yeah,
their defense is not good. Their O line is average. Like it's just everything screams average and below average, and just I don't know if their coach he seems okay, but I don't know if he's great. You know. Who's next? Who's next? The trash cans. Obviously, Houston Texans. I do think, like I said, I do think they're going to get better. I think that who they draft in the quarterback as a quarterback is going to be really important
huge.
for them.
Yeah,
I think it's really huge. It's just like I don't know who they're going to pick. Hopefully, it works out, but it's like it has to work out for them. If it doesn't, they're like it's just a shit situation for them. It's just a really bad situation for them.
Right.
I think in 2 to 3 years, it could be a playoff team, but it's a long way from that, you know. All right, next trash team, Atlanta Falcons. I just don't know what direction they're going. Like, they need a quarterback, but they're not really in position to get a quarterback unless they trade up, and it's like they're gonna have to give up a lot to get that. Panthers are like teetering because they have a good roster. They have a good somewhat. Their offense is kind of I feel like it's average, a little bit below, like a little bit above average, and their defense to me is pretty good.
Yeah, and they have good skill players.
I think with good coaching and like a quarterback and a couple extra pieces, I feel like they could be, especially in the NFC, they could definitely be a playoff team in like 2 years.
Exactly.
Or this year actually. Let's be honest, they almost made the playoffs this year, and especially in the NFC South, which every team's kind of garbage right now.
Exactly.
Actually, I think I have every team in the NFC South in this
Dude,
list.
I had 3 of the 4.
I have all of them. I have the Saints in it. Saints is next, and then Bucks. Bucks are obviously tanking. They're starting trash.
Yeah.
Let's just call him Trash. I think his name's Kyle Trash.
Kyle Trash is what his name is.
Trash. All right.
Yeah.
Kyle Trash are starting this year.
Yeah.
Might as well start trading off your assets. Might as well trade Mike Williams or something. Or not Mike Williams, Mike Evans.
Yeah, honestly.
I mean,
get some for him.
Yeah, get something for him. Get some draft picks before he's gone or whatever.
Exactly.
Why don't we talk about the Saints? I don't know.
Yeah, they need to figure it out.
They need to figure out their cap. Their cap is shit right now. Their coach is kind of mid.
Yeah.
And
you're the like the stan of I hate Dennis Allen.
Yeah, bro. I just don't think he's great. I just don't. And then I have the Raiders on here because what's the fucking Raiders?
Yeah.
I told Diego today. He's a Raiders fan, my friend Diego. Um,
Yeah.
Today I saw on the news that I think it was the Georgia defensive lineman. I think
Yes.
is it Jalen Carter or is it Will Anderson? I forget.
I forget.
I forget who's from who, but
He's
that
from
guy.
Georgia.
I was
Yeah.
saying the guy from Georgia. He should be auto draft to the Raiders because
I
that's their culture.
that's their
You know,
culture.
I just say
Yeah.
it as like
They-
they shouldn't have a choice and he should be selected for them.
yes. He
I'm
should
just
just they're
saying.
like, you son, you're a Raider. You're a Raider.
It's just how it should be. I just feel
That's
like
how it should be.
organization is kind of bad. Their owner is like he's
Yeah.
cheap in a
Oh yeah.
way.
Yeah.
I just don't know.
Yeah.
The
There's so
true
much
test
hype with that
of how
new
trash that team is if they get Aaron Rodgers and still suck. That'll be
is
the true test.
like organizationally trash at that point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is just
Unbelievable.
I think that's did I hit everyone? Did I miss someone?
Thank
I
you.
think I got everyone, yeah.
Yeah, I think you did. Cool. Okay. Well, we went into like good detail on those ones. Like we gave them like full detail on each team and all that shit. So let's just roll through our list for quarterbacks here. Like
Yeah, I'm down
I'll
for
just like bop 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 bop. Okay. So go first. Give me your elite quarterbacks.
it. Okay. All right. Elite.
Yes, elite.
Mahomes,
Okay.
Hurts,
Okay.
Burrow, Herbert, Allen. I want to make sure I'm not missing someone. How many is that? That's 5.
Yep.
I think that would cap out my elite.
Yep.
Those 5,
Okay.
yeah.
I think mine's gonna surprise you a little bit of who I leave out. Okay, first I got Patty Mahomes. Then I got Josh Allen. Give me Joe Burrow. Give me Justin Herbert. And give me Lamar Jackson. Those 5 guys are elite. I think they all have elite attributes. I know. I left my guy out, but it's just he's not. I don't think he's elite yet. They all like all 5 of those guys. I just think like they have their elite attributes in their own way. Like that's like what puts them on there. And yeah, I think we agreed on that. We have a couple different ones. You didn't have Lamar and I didn't have Jalen. So okay, rolling through. I'm gonna give my next up. My next up is Jalen Hurts, Justin Fields, Kyler Murray, Trevor Lawrence, Deshaun Watson, and with a question mark, Brock Purdy.
Whoa. Big Croc Brock.
Big crock pot cock Brock Purdy. Because he showed a fuckload last year. I mean, not just winning, but like being just cool, calm, and collected. So if he comes back and looks like that, he's next up. So who you got?
I think you're missing one on that list.
Who?
You're missing. I feel like you're missing T Law.
I did. I put T Law in there.
Oh, you did? Okay, I was gonna say.
Yeah.
I feel like he's got to be in that category.
Yeah, 100%. So I have, okay, I'll go again. Hurts, Justin Fields, Kyler Murray, Trevor Lawrence, Deshaun Watson, Brock Purdy, question mark.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
Who you
All
got?
right. So I got T Law,
T Law.
Watson.
Yeah.
Kyler, Lamar.
Mm-hmm.
Zach Wilson. I'm not joking.
You can't even finish it. You can't even finish
I
it.
think that's probably it. Yeah.
Okay. Hey man,
Yeah.
this is your list. This is your list, Brandon. Stick to your list.
I'm just making sure I'm not
confident
missing a
about
guy.
your
I'm
goddamn
looking
list,
at the
Brandon.
teams right now.
Yeah, I have good, not great. I have a long list.
I'm gonna have a long list probably. Players. Yeah, I'll probably have a long list.
Yeah. Okay, go on yours. Do you have yours, or do you want me to go first?
Yeah, I got mine. So on this list,
good, not great.
Tua.
Yup.
Pickett.
Yup.
Russell Wilson. Dak. Daniel Jones. I'm skipping off the teams that her quarterbacks are like either haven't really played enough or aren't really certain. So like the Commanders, I'm not gonna say it because how like He hasn't
Right.
played enough for me to give him like an actual grade.
Right.
Goff, Jordan Love. I guess even though he's kind of in that category. He hasn't really played enough.
Right.
Kirk Cousins, Stafford, Purdy, Gino. I think that's it for that category.
Okay. I need to make an amendment. Elite Aaron Rodgers. You're still elite till further
Okay,
notice.
yeah. I put Rodgers in that too.
Yeah.
Or I
Yeah.
put Rodgers in. He's not next up. Like he's
Yeah.
like.
Right. I
I,
feel you.
I don't know if
Like,
I guess you could put
he's
him elite. Yeah.
elite.
Yeah.
He's
Whatever. Yeah.
elite.
He's elite.
Come on, he's elite. All right. Good, not great. I'm gonna rattle them off. We got Prescott. We got Cousins. Daniel Dimes. Derek Carr. Jimmy Garoppolo. Geno Smith. Matt Stafford. Mac Jones. Good, not great. Tua Tagovailoa, Russell Wilson, Ryan Tannehill, Kenny Pickett, and Jared Goff. I feel like all those dudes, like, legitimately, you go, I'm going to put any one of those guys on a Super Bowl winning or Super Bowl ready defense with a Super Bowl ready coach and all that. Can you tell me confidently that you would take any of them to be like, I know I will win a Super Bowl with any of those quarterbacks?
Like say you're putting any of those guys on the Niners essentially.
Any of them. Like, okay,
Yeah.
you put Jared Goff on there. No.
Niners easily.
Yeah.
No.
On
the Niners.
This is what I'm saying.
No.
I'm saying they're good, not great. They will not. None of these guys would take the team to the Super Bowl. The next,
I think
they would.
I think Jared Goff on the Niners could take them to the Super Bowl.
You think, really? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I actually would kind of like to see that.
Yeah.
What about if you put Derek Carr on the Niners?
Yeah. Same.
Wow.
I see Derek Carr as a Purdy, and if not better.
Okay. All right. That's fair.
Yeah.
When you put it that way, that's fair.
Yeah, when I'm looking at them, are they as good as Purdy or are they better than Purdy?
Right.
I'm usually like, so I like Goff. I think he's better than Purdy. So I'm like, and he's been to a Super Bowl. So I'm like,
right. I hear you. Okay. I think, see, this is why you say things out loud, because friends correct friends and give wisdom. And I think, Brandon, you just displayed some wisdom. Thank you. Okay, let's round this bitch out, Brandon. The trash guys. Who's your trash can of quarterbacks?
Trash cans. Zach Wilson. Do I have to say anything else? Zach Wilson.
Come on, folks. Come on.
David Mills.
Yeah.
Any quarterback that played last year.
Yeah, that's what I have here too.
Ryan Tannehill.
Yeah.
Andy Dalton. Trask.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
All of the Panthers quarterbacks. All the Falcons quarterbacks.
Oh shit, that's great. That's literally my fucking list.
Yeah, I think that's all the teams left.
That's my list. Like Kyle trash, Jameis Winston, you're trash. Desmond Ridder, sorry. Tyler Heineke, you had your time, but you are trash, my friend. Matt Ryan, you're done. Sam Ellinger, why? Zach Wilson, stick to Cougars. Stick to doing what you do best, my friend. And then Davis Mills, brother. I mean, you were serviceable, my friend, because we need you to tank, and that's what you did. You were bad enough to tank. So, I mean, we just gave out a little bit of information there, Brandon. What else can we do? Nothing else here today, right? I mean, we've given out a little bit of a breakdown on some teams and quarterbacks, and free agency and the combine is going to start rolling through. The start of the new NFL year is March 14th. So that is when we'll start some rocking and rolling with a lot of signings and a lot of shakeups on teams, especially some of the big names out there. So that'll be fun to watch. Besides that, do we have any precursor to what we'll do next week, Brandon? I think you were telling me you had thoughts. What are we thinking next week on this pod?
I was thinking, I'm trying to remember what I said now. Was it the tiers of the teams?
Oh yeah.
Or no, it was what pieces each team individually needs
in the draft.
What's most important for them throughout the draft and free agency.
Okay. So that's what we'll do next one. We'll go through all 32, And we're going to give you what each team needs the most, and give you the reason why and how it will benefit them. Because that's just what me and Brandon do. We go deep. Okay, friend. Well, we're going to ride out to this shit, and then we'll see you next week. Freedom. Hell yeah, folks. Thank you for listening. And like always, stay safe out there, folks. Peace.